Kalibutan Project is under the banner of OTOP. We thought about this as a product development effort. We were looking for product designers at the time, so we reached out to Design Center.
When DTI Region 7 approached Design Center for collaboration for the One Town One product development program, we wanted to approach it in an innovative way. How do we make sure that our initiative would be able to invest in growing the design talent and making sure we elevate the design profile of the designers and the creatives in Region 7?
So the Design Center of the Philippines saw that this project could be an opportunity to develop young designers by letting them be involved in the product development process.
In the design process, the designers have to consider the limitations of the MSME. So they have to design based on the capability of the MSME to execute.
The Design Center of the Philippines assigned senior designers to lead 3 design teams to work with 38 MSMEs across 4 provinces in Region 7.
Most of our activities in this project is online. So it's a quite challenge for us in terms of communication, but of course we adapt to what is normal by using different digital platforms as our means of communication. In this project, we want to create kits that are very consumer-centric. So by identifying consumer personas and establishing to whom we are designing for.
We had to create a formula for design so that every designer from the 4 provinces, this will be their template. Actually, the Kalibutan mindset is about holistic design. It's about holistic approach to design.
I went to Kawayan Collective and I saw that they had a lot of waste materials. So this inspired me as a designer to come up with something sustainable. That's how I came about the idea of making hand-block tools using bamboo. So the prints are inspired by Philippine flora, since we don't really have this awareness of how many endemic species we have in the Philippines. So endemic meaning only found in that area, like the Cebu cinnamon plant, which is only found in Catmon. The process of designing the stamps really revealed a lot of our culture and our resources. So it was really about marrying awareness with the creative process for a lot of our users.
So when the pandemic started, I was able to find more people who were into biking and really go into bike culture. And one thing I saw missing was interesting bike accessories for people who wanted to personalize their bikes. So the 3 bike bags were inspired by the biking culture and experience here in the Cebu province. Cebu being an island, so you're able to actually experience the sea, the mountains, and the city itself. Part of my personal design process is leaving enough room for them to give their input on, because while I'm a designer, they're the weavers and the expert artisans in this project.
So the idea behind the Instacuello, you know, the old Filipino paintings, Tipos del País, that emphasized outfits from the early Philippines, showed the different social status of the Filipinos in colonial times. The idea of accessorizing during online meetups and how an outfit can change how people see you when you dress up. It's not just coming up with the design, but at the same time letting the buyer be a part of the creative process.
One of the kits that I designed is the Ship of Stories, which was inspired by a folklore in Agao, which is Maria Cacao and Mangao. Every time I get assigned to an MSME, I always look at unsa may pwede na to ma-reuse nila nga material. Nindot kayo ang research and development phase ani nga program. It's because daghan kay nahibaw-an nga bag-o, dili lang mga designers but also ang mga MSME. So sa Inablon sa Cebu, they sell big items. So nakita nato nga daghan kay sila smaller scraps and we are looking ways on how to utilize them. If makita ninyo ang among product, it's a collection of different kinds of scraps. And we focus more on the color palette na lang to make it interesting.
So one of the challenges that the MSMEs always face is coming up with fresh and new products. I think the Kalibutan project was great because as soon as the designers started working with artisans, I think it gave them the courage to want to try to make new things and not just to copy what other people are making.
With Kalibutan Project, we want to retell these stories from Region 7 by creating home kits that we could share to our co-Filipinos and to the world.
Working with the artisans and learning about their techniques and the limitations of the material, that's where innovation happens.
It was really all about bringing in my own expertise and what I know about materials and techniques in digital fabrication, and the artisans coming in also with the wealth of their experience in materials and techniques, and coming together and exchanging all of this knowledge and really learning from each other.
I'm still new to doing design. This Kalibutan project has been quite a challenge for me. It's a very involved process, and so I'm learning and I'm starting to understand how design works.
Being the youngest designer, I'm surrounded by designers who are established, who have a lot of experiences. The DCP team really helped a lot for me to understand what the design process is all about.